Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to 3 Charts in 1 with me, Richard Perry, market analyst for Infinox. On Friday the 11th of November, we had that US CPI data yesterday, lower than expected, massive moves through markets. The dollar came off significantly and that impacted throughout major forex commodities indices. And we've had a continuation really of the move today. What we've seen is I'm going to look at cable, I'm going to look at the silver chart and also DAX Index as well. But starting off with this cable chart, we've had this recovery in cable, higher lows consistently over the past few weeks, but it had been consolidating really in the past 2 or 3 weeks, and then yesterday, the big breakout yesterday on that dollar weakening, and that has broken out above the resistance which came in at 16.45. that move to the upside. Now the important thing now is for this cable chart to find support on the downside. Old resistance needs to become new support, so you're looking at 15 big figure up to 16.45. that sort of 150 pips area needs to now be a basis of support for this to really generate that recovery. We've got the uptrend in place. There is still scope for retreat within the uptrend. Ideally, I'd be wanting to see that RSI breaking out into the mid to high 60s. It hasn't done that yet, but still, it is on the way higher. It's also holding up this morning, but it is testing this resistance. It's immediately the breakout above 16.45 immediately then hits the next band of resistance. If I go out, we can see the old lows again became resistance of the highs around 1750 area, and then you've got the next one above that around 19 big figure. So 17 figure to 19 figure, sorry, 1750 to 19 figure is the next area of resistance. So we do still need to see this move going. Obviously, as I said, the RSI could be better, but it still is positive. It had the closing breakout. It's holding the move today. It's actually held on the 4-hour chart as well pretty nicely. That breakout above 16.45 held on the 4-hour chart. So we can see the more positive momentum, and it seems to be that that breakout is still holding. Now, as I said, 16.45 down to 15 big figure. That is an area of support I'm looking at that to sustain the recovery momentum needs to continue to hold on any little near-term retreat. Onto the silver chart, another breakout. Well, we've seen a massive move to the upside in the last few days. It's actually been sort of broken this medium-term range, trading range on silver for the last few months has now been broken to the upside. That move above 21.25, which was the resistance of the early October high, broke out and is holding the breakout. And again, once more, old resistance needs to become new support. So that breakout level area between 2090 to 2125 now needs to become a basis of support on the downside. We've got the RSI with strength. Little now immediately already becoming a little bit stretched, you could argue 70, but also 70 can also indicate strength of momentum, and considering the run higher that we've got, this move does look to be a decisive move. So that RSI could well go into the 70s and still continue. But as I said, any little near-term retreat, 2090 to 2125 needs to hold as a basis of support. Strong momentum. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. Higher lows, higher highs. You've got the nice support at 21 figure as well. That nice good support there, and also, as I said, 2150 area. Again, good support there on the little near-term retreat, nicely configured on the 4-hour RSI. So you'd be looking at the 4-hour RSI holding above the 40 level, really. If you get any little near-term retreat back towards 50, that's still a buying opportunity. Underneath 40, you start to maybe lose some of that upside, but still higher lows, higher highs, looking strong. And the next target, well, that's 2250, that next big level of resistance. Finally, on the DAX, another chart, massive break above the downtrend, massive uptrend now building, sharp uptrend. Look at that RSI into the 70s, really strong, massive outperformance of the DAX yesterday, huge bull run higher. Obviously, the DAX is a risk-on market, certainly compared to FTSE anyway, and we can see that in the breakout, and it's a huge breakout above the resistance at sort of 13,970. Big breakout. And effectively, this sort of opens the next area of resistance on this chart, which comes in around sort of 14,700, 14,650, 14,700. So that's a really strong move. But as I said, RSI is stretched. You'd be looking again to unwind into the uptrend, unwind into breakout levels of support. You've got a great band of support now, 13,650 up towards 13,950 area, 13,970. Great band of support there on the DAX to use as buying opportunity area if there is a little near-term retreat. After such a strong high, you do sometimes get a pullback, so we need to be mindful of that. But certainly the DAX is looking strong, still on the 4-hour chart, looking strong. And you've got nice levels of support all over there. So looking to buy into weakness still on the DAX. And yeah, the outlook remains positive here for the DAX now, near to medium term. So I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much.